Alright, welcome to my 47th JavaScript project. This is completely created with the help of vanilla JavaScript, and I have coded starting from HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Now to follow along, I'll leave the source code in the description in case if you want to learn with me, just follow along with the steps. Now as I said, this is going to be the 47th JavaScript project. So this is the playlist which we have created for the JavaScript. We have almost 47 projects. Here the games is also included, like the 2D games, the car games, the XN0 games and so on. So in case if you want to learn JavaScript from scratch, I would recommend you to start from first video and reach to the 47th. Fine, that's enough for the intro of the playlist. Now let's see what this project can do. Now if you refresh, this is the audio file which is loaded. Now you can play and pause the audio player. So as you can see, playing and pausing is happening. Now you can loop through the audio. So that is happening. Along with that, you can see there is the progress bar changing. And the duration is also changing. So this is the duration and this is the total time. Each of the audio has different the time. So here in this video we are going to start from HTML, CSS and then we'll reach to the JavaScript. So the steps which I have created for this video is this one. And as I said, what we are going to learn, the looping of audio, which is this one, the play and pause, the progress bar displaying as the audio plays, and along with the duration, the time and duration. Fine, let's get started. Now enough with it. We are going to create this UI from scratch. So to start, what are the things we need? To follow the first thing, we need 4 images and 4 audio. So I'll download the 4 audio from this website and get the 4 images from this website. So this is created, the audio is created by the Bensound. This man is really awesome. He just created this audio for us and I'm using this in this video. So he just asked me where he just asked for everyone whoever uses this website. So whoever uses this audio, he asked them to give credits. So I think this is fair enough. Great. Now I have placed all the audios and all the images in the folder. You can see audio 4 audio. I have given the name, any name -1, any name -2, any name -3. The same way for the images, I have used any name -1, any name -2, any name -3, any name -4. Cool. Now to start, we need 3 files. So let me copy this and paste it again, and we'll call this as UI monk. So let's delete these files and start from scratch. Move to bin, shift delete, just delete this, and that's done. We have deleted it. Now the next thing what we are going to do is we are going to create files. So let's create a file, Control N, Control S, and let's just save this into the folder which we have created just now. And this file is going to be HTML index.html, and Control N again, Control S, style.css, and one more file. This is for JavaScript app.js. So we have created 3 files. So let's have the template first. Exclamatory, enter, and here you go. You can give your name, any name, whichever you like as for the title. So let's link the CSS, link style.css. You can see it is auto completing, and then script app.js. Cool, you can see it is showing up. Now we need to add two things. On the style sheet I want to add a font called Spartan, so let's get the font from here and paste it. And for the uh, JavaScript, and along with the style sheet, we want the Google font called, sorry, Google Font Awesome. So it is not from Google, it is the Font Awesome, which is the icons. I'm just pasting this. So cool, we are good to go. The first thing what we need to do is we need to create, let's just see how does it looks first. UIMonk index.html. So this is how it looks, a blank page. So let's first create a div player container, and inside the player container we have image container, and let's have the image img hyphen, and then we have h1. We'll call this as class title, and you can give the title as piano music, and then the paragraph, and this will call this as artist, and just give my name for just reference. Now let's have audio, and we know it's inside the audio name.mp3. Now if I refresh, this is how it looks. So since we have audio, we can have control as well. Cool. Now the next thing, get into the CSS and let's start styling it. For the h1 and the paragraph, I want the font family to be Spartan, and remove the margin and padding by default for all element, and as a specified for the div and the h1, font weight is 600, and for the paragraph the font weight is 300. Cool. If I refresh, this is how it looks, no change at all. Fine. Now let's get the body, and let's give the height and width to the body to get the whole browser screen, that is full 100% vertical height, and width 100% vertical width. And let's have the background red just to see how does it looks. It won't look good because we have used the gradient here, and we'll use the same gradient over here. Cool. Now to place this at the center, what we can do is display flex, align items center, justify content center. Now you can see this would be at the center of the screen. Cool. Now let's have the player container, let's give the background color as something different. Let me choose this what I have already given previously. It's in the style.css. I have used antique white, so why don't we use this along with the height and width which I have already mentioned, just to avoid the confusion. So the height and width is just a trial and tested. I have tried some more height and width, and finally I got this, so I'm just saving the time by copy pasting it. So cool. Now whatever is there inside the player, I want the text align to be center. Now we don't want this for now because we are going to create it from scratch, so let me remove this. Cool. Now the next thing, let's start getting the progress bar. Just copy the progress bar section. If you see, we have a progress bar container. Inside the progress bar we have a progress class, and then we have the duration. Let's copy this and place this over here. And just to avoid the confusion, let's have this over here as well, and just comment this. We don't have to go here and there every time. Now let's start working on the progress bar. Let the height be just 4 pixel. This is also tried and tested. Let the width be 90 percentage. Let the margin be top and bottom 10 pixel, left and right 20 pixel. Let the background be white. You refresh, this is how it looks. Then let's start creating the progress which is inside. So let's give the height and width as 100%. If I meant 100%, that means it is going to take the height and width of the parent. Here the parent is progress bar. Let the width be 20% for now, and let the background color be black. Refresh. Now you got this. Cool. This is getting easy. Now let's start with the flex duration. Let's copy the flex duration, and whatever is there, I want display flex align item space between. So it's justify content space between. Cool. This is also looking good, but we don't want this. We want this at the top. So position relative top minus 25 percentage, 35. This doesn't seem to change. Let's see what mistake we have done. Okay, it is because of progress bar. We need to give the height. Everything seems alright. Let's give margin 50 pixel for now. Let's get into the inspect, and let's start playing with the inspect. Duration. Why it's not able to change? Let's just so instead of using the percentage, we need to give the pixel. So let me give pixel. Just refresh it. This is how it looks. Cool, not bad. Now finally what we need is, we just need the buttons. So let's start designing the buttons. And one more thing, for the progress ID which we have given, which is inside progress bar, let's give the transition 0.5s, the width of linear. So you see, for every second the width is going to get increased, because it is the progress bar of the audio, so we want it in this way. Cool. Refresh this. Now let's get the audio. We are done for this. So for the audio, again it's straightforward. We have a div which holds all the font awesome icons just below the progress bar. So let's copy this and have this over here. Comment this. Now you can see we have a player container. Let's call this, and let's specify that width. We don't have to specify the width. We need to choose the font awesome class which is inside this. Let's have the color of hash 777. Refresh this, and font size of 25 pixel, and margin right of 20 pixel, whichever is kind for you, you can give that. So let's have the width and height be 50 pixel, so it's inside the square. Let the background be white, and I want this to be at the center, so display flex, align items center, and justify content center. So you can see it was at the top, now it will be at the center. So let's choose the class container of the font awesome, and let's just give the same thing to them. I'm sorry for that. Now I think this is getting so much margin. Let's try to reduce the margin. 50 pixel is too much, top and bottom. For bottom, let's make this 10 pixel for now, or 20 pixel. Cool. Now the hover effect along with the user select. So when the user select this font awesome, I want this to happen none, and let the cursor be pointer. So let's, when I hover it, colon hover, I want the brightness to reduce, filter brightness to reduce by 80%. So you can see, well, that's working. So we have the main button. Let's just make this a round. So select the main hyphen button, and let the border radius be 50%, so that instead of square it turns into circle. Cool. Now it's working. So the UI is close enough, except we need to add the, get the player container, we need to add box shadow top and bottom 0, left and right 15 pixel, the spread blur is 30% and the spread is 20%, and the color is RGBA black with opacity 0.3. refresh this, and finally border radius 20 pixel. Cool, almost similar, except I think I have given the spread too much. Get the player container, it doesn't have, we need to specify this spread. Cool. Now let's start working with let's work on the functionality of play and pause, and then proceeding to the next. Like if I click on play, pause, play, pause, then proceed to the next one, pause, proceed to the next one, pause, proceed to the next one, pause. This is the functionality we are going to do. So in the beginning I have just got all the required elements. So now the first thing, add the play and pause functionality. Now we have got all the elements. Now we are going to create a function that is going to play and pause. So when I click on the play button, the song should play. So we know when I click on the play button, the song should play. How it is going to happen? So let's get the play button dot add event listener function audio dot play. If just play, not the play button. Refresh this. Now it says an error. So the first argument is going to be the event, so we need the click event, so let's get that, and then the second argument is going to be the function. If I refresh, it says there is an error, click is not defined. It's, I think it's just the spelling mistake, CLICK. it is a string. We need to pass this as string. If I refresh, we're able to play the audio. So let's create this into a separate function. Function play song, and let's let the audio play. Now function pause song, let the song pause. So now what we need is, so when I click on this button, the font awesome icon should change. So for that, get the play button, and it has a class list property. We can access the class. We want to replace the font awesome icon play to font awesome icon pause. I refresh this. So we have removed the add event listener. So again, let's create a dot add click function. So let's call the play button. When I click here, now it should change the icon as well. It is doing good. Now once I click on this, I want to play and pause, but it is not happening. It is just keep on playing. So for that, we need to create a variable called is playing. By default, is playing is going to be false. So if is playing is true, then if is playing is true, then I want to pause the song. So if the if playing is pause, I want to play the song. So let's add the same replace functionality to the pause as well. Now and don't forget to, if the song is playing, then we need to make the value true. If the song is pause, then it should be false. Now it would work. You can see the play and pause is working as we thought. So we have completed till here. Now let's create the previous and next functionality. To create this, we need to create an array audio details. So the audio details is an array. It is going to have some details about the file name, the author, and the uh, playlist name, the song name. So as I said, you can see the audio details is filled with the file name, the display name is the song name and the artist. As I said, the file name, the audio and the image has the same name. If you get into the audio, you can see any name 1, any name 2, any name 3, any name 4. The same way, any name 1 for image, any name 2, any name 3, any name 4. So just to save one line of code, I have just given both the same name. So if you have two different names, you can give image name, image file and audio file, and you can change the name and add it as a second line. So that's really very clear. Now we have done this, we have created the object. Now let's create a setter function that will update the DOM. So let's call this function update DOM, and it is going to accept the song array. So with this value, we have h1, we have h1.text content, h1.text content equal to the song. You can give this song itself, or just to avoid, no, we'll just give song itself. So you got the idea. The song is simply the array we have passed. So we can use song dot the display name. The same way, paragraph is for the author name. You can give artist. Now the audio file, audio.src equal to, so these are the values which I am picking up from the top. You can see these we have defined here. So that's what I'm accessing. I'm not accessing the HTML. So let's use the template literal, which is just below this escape key. So on the folder audio slash, then use the template literal file dot mp3. The same way, image also has src, and then image, I have all the images as jpg format. Now when I refresh, I want one file to start load. So instead of update DOM, so start song. So start song, let's pass the second uh, song as the startup song. So for an array, if I want second, so it should be 1. Array starts from 0. So let's refresh this. So you can see second is there on by load, by default it is getting loaded. If I call 2, that means third song will be loaded. So if I make this 3, the fourth song is loaded. So if I make it 4, it will be an error. So you got the idea. So let this be 0 for now. Refresh it. Fine, that is loading as we thought. Now, so the startup function is done. So now let's create the previous and next functionality. So since we have the function which is the variable which we have already created, just to understand, so the previous button dot add event listener. So if I click on it, I want a function to get executed. The same way for next button. So before doing this, since we have passed the hard code value which is 0, let's save this into an index called song index equal to 0. Now we can pass this song index. So if I press previous, so if I press next, that means we have to increment this song index, and then what we need to do is we want to play the song. Startup song, and then play the song which we have created somewhere here. So for decrementing is similar, you just need minus. Here you will face an error, so I'll show you. Refresh this. First, this is first song, so song is not defined. So actually instead of song you have to pass the array. Take this. Second song, third song, fourth song. Now the fourth, after fourth there is no song, you will get an error. The same way before first song you will get an error. So to avoid this, uh, this is minus. if song index, it should be after this line, if song index is less than 0, then I want to make the song index as the last one, which is 3. The same way, if the song is greater than 3, which is the last song, I want to make this 0. Let's refresh. So if I click this, you see 4th song is playing. That means this is working right. So the same way, second song, third song, fourth song, after this first song should play. Cool, first song is also playing. Well, that is working as we thought. Now this, instead of using this hard hardcore value, well, we want to make this dynamic. What do I mean by that? That means if there is more than 3 song, if there is more than 4 song, we have to each time we have to find this and manually update that. So instead of doing this, get the audio length. So audio dot length, how many objects are there inside? 4. So we want it as 0. So it is not going to be this way. So actually 0 will be here, and here this way. The same way, let's try refreshing this. Working. Refresh. Second, third, fourth, first. Well, that is also working. We are going to see how to change the progress bar and the duration. So if you see here, progress bar is also changing, and the duration is also changing. Same way, applicable to all. Fine, let's get started. So here you have to understand one event as like click, as like hover, sorry, as like click, and as like the event. Over here we are going to see something called update. So here, get the audio dot add event listener, and it is time update, and I want to do what? I want to do update duration. So not only duration, we are going to change the progress bar as well. So the progress bar is getting changed because of the progress ID. So let's open the CSS. So by default we have given 20%. Let me make this 0, and now if I make this 0, you won't see this black mark, and it's gone. Great. Now since we have added the update duration, it will be having the event, it will be asking for the event. Now let's console.log. So this event is going to get fired every 4 times of 1 second. So if I click here, so what it need to do is, we need to check if the audio is playing. If it is true, then only show this. So you can see on 1 second we got some of this. So here in this object you have to get into the source element. So here event.source element, then it will show you the duration and the current time. So you have to find where the current time is. Here it is current time. Let me paste this, and for the duration you have to get a little bit down. You need to find where the actual duration is. It's here. So it's in the millisecond, you have to convert into second. That's a big task now. If I refresh, so we got this in the millisecond. So to convert into second, what you have to do is you have to uh, multiply by 60. I'm sorry for that, you have to divide it by 60 to get the minutes. So this one is current time and this one is, what do you call, the total duration. So let's make this as the exact value with math dot floor. The same way, now let's try. Now we are getting only the minutes, so to have the second, so let's save this as current time minutes, current duration minutes. So it's current time minute, and then comes the duration minutes. Duration is simply the total number of minutes for this particular song. So to convert into second, what you have to do is, let's store this into a different variable. So call this, we have to use the mod operator. The same way, duration seconds, call the mod operator. Now we have to, let's fill the progress bar. So to fill the progress bar, we have to get the element progress. As I've already shown you, I'm just directly going to call this in the JavaScript. Let's store this into a variable called progress itself. And now progress dot style dot width equal to, we have to pass the percentage. So to give the percentage, what is the total value? Total value is this one. And what is the current value? Current value is this one. So divide into 100. So this is actual percentage. But before math and floor, I want this before math and floor. Let's get this value from here. Current time, its duration. Now we get the percentage. Now use the literal template literal dollar, the actual percentage, then add the percentage symbol. Refresh it. That doesn't seems to be changing. Actually it's percentage. Let's check this value for now. Console.log. my mistake. We should not convert this to minutes. Let this be on millisecond itself. So it's working. So you see it's working. I just removed the uh, I just made this as its millisecond. Previously I have converted it to seconds by dividing it to 60, but we don't want that. Let this be on millisecond itself, so we get the clear percentage. Now we have to display the previous current time. So let's call this on the JavaScript. Since this is an ID again, two times, and just give element to differentiate element. Let's copy this. Now to fill here we have two elements, duration list and current element. Duration element dot text content equal to, so we got the minutes, duration minutes. Use the template literal. Then we have seconds, duration seconds. The same way for current seconds and current time minutes. Now here we will get an error. Let me show you. Text content, I have missed it somewhere. You see, I need to add if current second is less than 10, then what we need to do is we need to add 0 in front. And then display it. Cool, that is working. Now let's check the next one. 2.34, 2.27, 2.49, 2.26. But each time but each time but each time there is not an number is available. So to avoid that, if we have what do you call this, if it is number, then only display it. So how we are going to make this? So if the duration second is available, then only display. Cool, I believe that's all for this video. Thank you so much for listening. Tune in for the next one.